Matt Lenihan, For Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and Forged Irish Stout. We're here with one of boxing superstars in Jai Opetaia. Jai, you've got an opportunity now for this Mairis Briedis rematch. I feel like it's been such a long time coming. I know it was supposed to be scheduled a lot earlier, but we're here now, it's fight week. How are you feeling coming into this fight? You look raring to go.
Feeling good, man. I've had another great training camp. This is just another day in the office for us. Obviously it's a big fight. It's a great opponent. I respect Mairis Briedis as a fighter. I'm expecting a hard fight, so I'm prepared for a hard fight. So let's get it on.
The first fight was such an entertaining fight. People called it a tale of two halves, and one fight where you took over and ultimately you got the job done. Do you see this being similar, without giving away game plans, because I know you're not going to talk tactically through the whole thing, but how do you see this fight sort of mapping out from a spectator's point of view?
I'm expecting him to come out a lot more aggressive, you know what I mean? I'm expecting him to come out and try and be more on the front foot this one, but I'm curious, and that's what I do though. I've prepared for everything, so I'm willing to adapt in the ring, adapt off his body presence, and just go from there, capitalise on his mistakes.
What's going to separate you this time? Obviously last time you won the fight, but what do you think the difference is going to be between that moment of getting it over the line? Is it that ability, like you said there, I'm curious to see what he's going to bring out. Is he going to try rush me kind of thing? Will that be your ability to adapt that you think could be key in this fight?
I feel like if he tries to rush me and be too aggressive, he's going to come on the shots, you know what I mean? But if he sits back, then I'm going to have to set the shots up. So it's just capitalising on his mistakes, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a crafty little fighter, I know how to use the ring, I know how to use my feet, so I know how to make them, give them that false type of shit. So I'm pumped for this one, I definitely feel like in his head he feels like he's got that sort of, he wants to come forward and make it ugly. But I've fucking got some good power, you know what I mean? I've been able to, now that I've got this new left hand, man, they've only seen they're yet to see the best of me, you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm going to put on a career best performance, but now that I've got this left hand, my whole game has changed, you know what I mean? The way I've been training, the way I've been sparring, you know what I mean? Just being able to spar. So it's just taken me to a whole new level.
Talk to me about this left hand, because you can see the scarring on it as well, but how much of a relief is it? A lot of boxers fight through injuries, we know this, you're no different. We saw that spectacular knockout against Ellis Zorro. I was here for that showreel highlight knockout. Is this the difference between you now being a fully fit as can be boxer? Obviously everyone has niggles, but no major issues now, and you can start letting them go now with both hands.
Exactly. Even that fight that I did hit Zorro with, that left hand I did hit Zorro with in the fight before when I fought Jordan Thompson, hitting him with those left hands. Back in the day, I would throw my left hand like it was a jab. You know what I mean? Like it would hurt me just as much as I was hurting them. So I was unable to sort of really sit down on my punch and try to hurt them with it, you know what I mean? It was more just a scoring punch, so that's how I sort of used it. But now I can assert dominance with it, you know what I mean? If someone's fucking trying to push forward on me, I can really let it go, and it's a sharp, straight little left hand. I can throw it from different angles, so it's that's what that adapting is, we adapt to the mistakes and we find out where we got to land it.
In terms of your career thus far, you've done it the hard way, let's make no bones about it, and now you've been shot into the limelight after a few spectacular performances, and you're here now. I know you won't be looking past Mairis Briedis, and when I ask you this question, this isn't for you to look past him or me saying you're winning this fight. It's a case of where you see, not your ceiling, but where you want to go. Do you have aspirations of bouncing up to a bridgerweight, a heavyweight? Because, like you say there, now two fit, healthy hands, you've clearly got a good, decent size on you kind of thing. Do you see yourself moving up?
Definitely. Even that bridgeweight, I feel like once I've ticked the boxes as a cruiserweight, I feel like that bridgeweight will be a more, certified weight, you know what I mean? And then, a three-division world champion, you know what I mean? That sounds good to me, so it's definitely possible. And I feel like with my ability, I'm definitely capable of doing these things. So it's who knows what the future holds? You know what I mean? It's just it's endless possibilities. So it's very exciting.
I want to touch on the experience you've had, and we talk about moving up in weights. We all know that you were sparring Tyson Fury, etc. I'm not going to ask you about any stories that came out. What I want to ask you is, what was the experience like going and being in camp with, in many people's eyes, the number one heavyweight in the world? Forget the stories and all that stuff. You've addressed that already. But what was that like for you to be that, being in around him? Opportunity for you to soak up that experience as well for someone who's in them higher weight classes and see what it's like.
Man, a kid like me coming from the Central Coast in Australia, and then to be sharing the ring with a fighter like Tyson Fury, it's insane. You know what I mean? Like the negative stuff that come out of it, it was a shame, because it was the best cruiserweight helping the best heavyweight in our fights. Like, there was so much positivity that could have come out of it, but they always got to do that clickbait type of stuff. But for my team and our experience, it was amazing. You know what I mean? It was an awesome experience. I'm grateful for the experience. My team mingling with their team, being around other world champion fighters, and knowing that we deserve to be there as well. You know what I mean? Like, it's fruit of the labour, and it's also like, everywhere we go, I always say it, but we go to earn respect, not disrespect, you know what I mean? And I felt like I did go there and I did earn their respect, and, he earned my respect as well, you know what I mean? Like, it was an awesome experience, man.
What do you make of his fight coming up with Usyk? You see what happened yesterday with the headbutts flying? I mean, It was wild yesterday. I was looking for half of the fighters, and I could always see with this melee, people going crazy. What did you make of yesterday, and how do you see the fight playing out with Usyk?
Man, it was mayhem yesterday, bro. It was a fucking show. I was dead set standing like a meter from it, I was just standing there watching. But it is what it is. It's all showbiz, you know what I mean? That got pretty deep, you know what I mean? I think that went beyond showbiz. It was, but the fight. This is a heavyweight fight that I'm really excited to watch. You see a lot of the heavyweight fights lately, you're just waiting for someone to go to sleep, you know what I mean? You're waiting for someone to get fucking knocked out and just go, you know what I mean, lights out. But with this fight, this is where the science of the sport comes involved, you know what I mean? And that's what I love. I love that chess match of a game, like a tall fighter that boxes. Like, I don't see, obviously both fighters are capable of knocking each other out, but I don't think that's the game plan here. You know what I mean? I feel like this is going to be a very high work rate heavyweight fight. There's going to be a lot of punches thrown. I believe there has to be a lot of punches thrown to win the fight. You know what I mean? So it's exciting. And honestly, I'm fucking honoured to be a part of such a historic fight.
100%. Look, you got a message for all your fans, the people who are getting behind you, supporting you back at home, message to the sponsors, everyone who's getting behind you on your journey, who's been with you from the start up until now?
Man, my day ones, you know who you are, Central Coast, Campbelltown, I love you guys. Australia, Samoa, they've backed me, you know what it is. And to all my new fans coming from the international countries, man, I appreciate the love, I appreciate the support. Man, tune in, because I've been training hard and I'm ready to put on a good show.
Jai Opetaia, appreciate you talking to Boxing Social. Watch out for this fight. His rematch with Mairis Briedis is going to go off. Appreciate it, and we'll hopefully catch up after your fight.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, mate.